Have you ever wondered in a gym environment which Pokemon would actually make great gym partners? Well, I have, so I decided to go through all 151 and figure out which ones would actually be great in a gym environment. So let's go ahead and find out the top 6 Pokemon and how they would be as gym partners. Real quick, let's go ahead and settle. What makes a good gym partner? A couple different factors. A, your attitude. Are you coachable? Do you want to work hard? Do you have the temperament to throw down in the gym environment? Do you thrive off of competition and making yourself better? Number 2, can you actually do any said physical movements? Obviously, we have Pokemon that range from a koi fish to a bodybuilder, so you can expect some can do a little bit better than others. Now, there is a couple different reasons why a Pokemon would not be on this list. Because Pokemon range in all different shapes and sizes and magical abilities, and sometimes those magical abilities become a danger to themselves or others by being in a gym environment, which is more than half the list of Pokemon. For on the opposite side of good attitude, some Pokemon are straight up evil. If this Pokemon is out to actively harm others, then no, you're not getting through the door. Cool, I think that's all the criteria. What I very will quickly mention for ranking purposes is that I am only doing 1 per evolution line. And another thing, I am finding all my defense for this reasoning not from the shows, not from the games, but from the Pokédex entries online. And they are wild. So with that out of the way, based on their Pokédex entries, here are some of the Pokemon that I found would be the worst, and frankly, a terror to anyone trying to work out. Charmeleon, which is Charizard's terrible teens. It has a competitive spirit and always looks for a conflict, but when it gets upset, it whips its tail around and sets everything on fire. Kakuna and Metapod literally just sit there and harden, which is not okay in any gym whatsoever. And Butterfree, like Venomoth you'll find out later, emits toxic spores whenever it moves its wings. So as much as you would like to run alongside this cute little fluff ball, you're very close to being in danger of paralysis or poison just by having it near you. Rattata is physically quick and has the energy to move around everywhere, but it literally only wants to do one thing, and that's bite stuff. It's literally the reason why the tricep rope is always fucked up. You know when you go for a max lift and you get all pumped up and you get all like angry to get your like angry anime music and you're just ready to throw down, you're all determined and shit? Well, the problem here is that when Pikachu, when it gets in those moods, it immediately discharges. So imagine go ahead and loading up 315 for your Pikachu to squat, because I guess this Pikachu is extremely strong, and then immediately discharges and then knocks out or, you know, mortally harms anyone in the 10-15 foot radius. Nidoran male and female versions both have extremely toxic barbs, which they are likely to discharge whenever they become agitated. Its male counterpart is very much a strike first and ask questions later. The thing is about these toxic barbs and the poison in them is that they're fatal. So you're one mistake away from ruining, killing someone. Nidorino is even more violent than its first stage of the evolution, and Nidoking is the epitome of roid rage. Ninetales is very vengeful, and if you touch it, it'll curse you for 1,000 years. Jigglypuff is just a balloon, too small and lightweight to do anything in the gym, but the big problem here is that it's singing. With its singing, it causes everything to fall asleep in its vicinity. Wigglytuff gets angry and hails to 20 times its size, pushing out everyone and anything in its way. Zubat's not dangerous, but it is blind and only moves around through echolocations, and I don't want to deal with that screeching, and nobody else wants to either. Golbat likes to drain people's blood until it's too fat to fly. Literally goes right for the neck vein. Oddish, Gloom, and Vileplume are a nightmare. Oddish is constantly sleeping, it's a fern, can't do much. Gloom brews is honey-like substance that sticks to anything, and its smell is so bad that it causes anyone's vicinity to potentially faint. And Vileplume scatters toxic spores by literally just moving its petals around. Parasect, Venonat, and Venomoth all emit toxic spores. Persian's an asshole that strikes anything that moves, which sounds like every gym influencer that I've ever met. Psyduck's a loose cannon and will sometimes have explosive headaches that it can't control. Mankey and Primeape have insane temper tantrums that only go away when there's no one else around, which, same buddy, but still. Kadabra weirdly causes headaches anywhere it's nearby. It's because of his psychic abilities. It also causes clocks to go backwards and all precision instruments to be completely useless. So get that thing anywhere close to the stair climber or do any kind of interval work, then you're just gonna have to guess. Weepinbell and Victreebel are surprisingly dangerous predators and only want to get you inside it so it can slice you up and eat. Tentacool and Tentacruel are literally just jellyfish with their bodies being made of 99% water. And with Tentacruel having 80 tentacles, the question is, would you ever follow someone in the squat rack or dumbbell rack that has 60 arms for alternating bicep curls? Graveler, Golem, and Rhyhorn all have the same issues where they just go in one direction and bowl over anything in the way. Golem has the other problem where it just explodes and sends itself flying without any regard to what's in its way. And Rhyhorn will only calm down its rampaging when it hits something. So also the Pokédex makes a point that Rhyhorn's an idiot, has a tiny brain, and it could only remember one thing at a time. Magneton is a nightmare and raises the temperature by 3.65 degrees within a 3,000 foot radius, causes headaches everywhere, and it essentially goes off as an EMP by causing massive magnetic storms and disrupting and destroying all electronics that happen to be nearby. Grimer and Muck are MRSA infections waiting to happen and a bioterrorism threat worse than your protein farts. Shelter and Tongue lick everything, and it's more of a danger to itself on what's in the gym than what it actually outputs with its own saliva. Ghastly is 95% gas, and it is so light that it can get sucked up into the air conditioning unit. Haunter wants to use its tongue to lick and steal your life away. Gengar is the best, but it's also evil and haunts people in their shadows. Although, what it can do is that it steals your body heat, and it goes and absorbs it into your shadow. So technically, it's actually a good way to regulate your body temperature if you're doing like a long run. Krabby loses its arms on a continuous basis. What are you gonna do? Get 2 curls in and then send it home without arms? Voltorb and Electrode explode without any reason whatsoever. Coughing and wheezings are just balls of poisonous gas that smell terrible, and Mr. Mime can't go 5 minutes without building some invisible wall, and if you don't like it, he slaps you. And Mimes suck. Jinx seductively wiggles her hips when she walks, and the thing is, anyone seeing it immediately like follows her tune, like some weird rendition of the Malo Mart dance. And so now everyone has to stop what they're doing and watch this stupid idiot. I hate Jinx, I never liked her. Electabuzz is more likely to hang out by the fuse box and steal the electricity and cause a massive power outage, and also its body, like Jolteon's, always discharges electricity, which is great because gyms are filled with metal. Taurus has a lot of stamina, but the one thing it likes to do is be violent and run over shit. Gyarados is seen as huge and vicious and highly destructive, has an aggressive, wildly violent nature, and is more likely to burn down anything in its way. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are terrible. Articuno causes water to become snow around it. Zapdos moving its wings causes electricity to go off. Once again, gym environment, metal, all the fun stuff. And Moltres emits fire wherever it goes as well. And finally, Mewtwo is apparently supposed to have the most savage heart of all of Pokemon. And if all the other ones were any note, this one is the worst, according to the Pokédex entry. So, no. So there you go. There's the ones that suck. There's all the bad Pokemons. So now we get to talk about the good ones. So once again, Pokemon are made from many shapes and sizes. Some have innate abilities that make them beneficial in some really cool ways. And it's cool to see how the magic and abilities that come on in this world could show up in a gym environment. For example, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur have apparently fantastic, endless bounds of energy if they're anywhere close to sunlight. And when they sweat, they give off a smell that smells sweet because, you know, they're flowers. Pikachu, for all its problems and the danger that it holds, doesn't have the same problems, and Raichu has learned to control those same issues that it had before. It's stronger, it's feistier, and it's got more muscle. And the Pokédex likes to say that its electricity now is strong enough where it can knock out an Indian elephant, which isn't a Pokemon. Which gives me so many questions. Things like Nidorina, Nidoqueen, Growlithe, and Arcanine all have wonderful traits where they are protective, strong, loyal, and brave. Poliwrath is apparently so strong that it can just use his leg muscles to kick across the Pacific Ocean. Alakazam has 5,000 IQ points, and if it likes you enough, it can give you its spoon, which makes anything taste delicious. So meal prep forever and always will taste delicious, baby. Geodude and Hitmonlee are the epitome of martial arts athletes and will do whatever they possibly can to strengthen their limbs and take on any kind of challenges. And we love a competitor at the gym. Chansey is sweet and kind and supportive, doesn't like going to the gym environment, but is very apt to help you out. It can heal from any injury, and its eggs are filled with absolute amazing nutrition. Kangaskhan never runs from a fight, it's extremely determined, protective of its young, and we love someone with a reason to come in and train. Now here's the one that I had no clue what to do with. Ditto. Ditto obviously can transform into anything and any Pokemon whatsoever, but the problem is, you have to have that Pokemon or have another person at the gym who has that said Pokemon as well. In terms of the actual usefulness of a Ditto, it could be useful, but I don't know what to do with it. So there you go. There are the good Pokemon that would be great training partners, and you'll notice that list is a lot shorter than the list of Pokemon that are danger to themselves or everyone else in a gym. But now we can talk about the top six training partners that you absolutely want with you in a gym environment. Whether they're kind, supportive, lift up others, care about others, have a spirit of a competitor, or a world-class athlete. These are the 6 that when you go to the gym and you want to put your best, they only make you stronger. They only make you want to push past your limits and go for even better things. We love these 6 Pokemon. Anyway, here's the top 6. Number 6, Blastoise. Although what's notably missing from Blastoise Entries is talking about attitude, what it does have is a complete multifaceted ability to train hard and train well. Because of the fact it's a water Pokemon, it can handle any and all kind of aquatic movement, from swimming on the beach or going on triathlons and all that fun stuff. The Pokédex entries like to talk about its strong legs and cores with which it's able to stabilize itself when it uses those giant cannon strapped to its back. So it's perfect for a good squat or deadlift day. And as a guy that lives in the squat rack, that's perfect for me. Number 5 was actually a big surprise to me, and it's Marowak. Cubone was seen as small and weak and cried over the loss of its mother like every single time when it feels like anyone can hear it, and just wields its club without much skill or ability. Marowak has become so much stronger somehow as a result. It's strong, capable, and has a ferocious nature. So in this case, I'm over here just reading between the lines. Whatever reasons that you come to the gym, you don't necessarily have to come with all the abilities of the world. You can have whatever motivation that you want to come into the gym, whether it's from getting over a breakup, or in this case, the loss of a loved one, and make it and transform it into something else. The fact that it did evolve after the terrible, traumatic, depressing event into something that is a real competitor is wonderful, and that's exactly what the gym and fitness is all about. Number 4, Dragonite. Dragonite is strong and capable and has intelligence that can match humans. Has lightning speed where it can cross the globe in less than 16 hours. Well, those are amazing feats of strength and power and intelligence. What I really found impressive about Dragonite is the fact that it saves people that find shipwrecks on its cross-Atlantic voyages it likes to go on. It makes a habit of saving lost voyages that crashes and shipwrecks. And you always love someone that uplifts others and goes out of their way to do so. The Pokédex has an impressive build with the ability to fly over raging oceans without losing control, but I'm more impressed with its heart of gold that lifts up other people, which is great in a gym partner. Number 3, Charizard. Whereas Charmeleon had dangerous temper tantrums where it caused it to go blow fire everywhere, Charizard has developed into a competitor. It's constantly in search of powerful opponents, and it has the strength and ability to take on anybody. It doesn't take the easy route. It constantly challenges itself, and it will not stop until it wins. At some point when it comes to fitness, you'll be met with the plateau. And as frustrating as that all can be, having someone around you with dogged determination to build themselves up and accept nothing less than their best and even better than they were before is an amazing person that you want with you at any and all times in a gym environment. And contrary to what the anime says about Charizard, the Pokédex entries point to someone that gives nothing less than its best and is always determined to win. Charizard's awesome. Number 2, Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is the epitome of an elite athlete. The flavor text likes to point that it has a spirit of a world-class boxer. It has an indomitable spirit and never gives up in the face of adversity. So, much like Charizard, it's determined to win and will do anything it can to get better. And in the face of a challenge like a world championships in the boxing rings, the gym is no different. Once you learn the skills and abilities of determination and learn how you can transform your body by working hard and being dedicated to your craft, you never forget those things. And finally, the Pokemon that I'm sure everyone was guessing was going to be at the top of the list is not Machamp, it's Machoke. Number 1. Machoke is the epitome of loving the process. All of Machop and Machoke's flavor text like to point out that it loves to grow bigger and stronger. Also, Machop apparently, even for its age, is very likely to follow a diet plan as it favors foods that are highly nutritious and has a given instinct to build muscle efficiently. Machoke has all those traits in abundance and then some. It's almost completely unstoppable without its belt, which is a wild sentence to say. It can lift a dump truck with one hand. It helps people with heavy jobs and loves to work hard. It undertakes bodybuilding every day and helps people with physically demanding labor. It loves training above all else, and as such has seen the beautiful transformation of being able to physically help people, and not only thrives in the idea of helping others through its physical capabilities that is developed from training and working hard. It's the absolute epitome of what the gym is about. Transformation, lifting up and helping others, and thriving off the abilities that you created. And how an adherence and dedication and consistency builds wonderful transformation. Not only for yourself, but the others who might depend on you. Machoke is a wonderful Pokemon and absolutely deserves a top list, even with all the amazing traits of the other top ones in the list. Which, I mean, to be fair, obviously, well, not obviously, because obviously Machoke has an evolution. That's Machamp. Machamp tends to go into action without thinking things through, and apparently is terrible with his fingers and like highly dexterous tasks that when it comes to all the things that might become necessary when it comes to form and proper biomechanics and training. So anyway, there you go. In case you were wondering, and Pokemon's real, you're like, I didn't want to go to the gym, but who should I go with? There's your 6. Yeah. Go to the gym. Stop skipping leg day or whatever. Oh, Jesus. It took forever.